it's Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I'm here with our weekly video and tip on creating an indoor space that truly supports your health and your wellness. This week we are going to be visiting the bathroom, and we're going to be talking about the humidity levels and the moisture that usually comes with a bathroom. Our habits and the fact that it's such a small room create the perfect environment for mold and mildew to really take hold and flourish. And what we know about mold and mildew is they negatively impact our health and just our overall feeling of wellness. And so it's something that we want to mitigate. It's a toxin, even though it is a naturally occurring element in the earth. We don't want it in our homes. And so we are going to talk about the health impacts of mold and mildew. We are also going to look at some habits that you can easily implement in your own space that will help reduce humidity levels and moisture in your bathroom. And we're also going to talk about some really big projects that you could take on to reduce moisture and humidity levels for the long haul. It's going to be not a Band-Aid fix, but something that is going to take you through many years to create a really healthy climate in your bathroom. We want to reduce humidity wherever we can. It gives us kind of a just generally unwell feeling when it's in our homes. We also know that VOCs off gas at a much higher rate in humid environments, and we know mold and mildew love humid environments as well. I will also give you my top picks on things that will help reduce humidity in your bathroom that you can bring into your own space.
So this mildew versus mold question is one that I get all the time, and it's simply because we use the words together so much. But to be honest, they're so different in nature, and they're different in the problems that they create as well. So one of the areas that these two hang out the most is in the bathroom. Bathrooms are notorious for mildew smells and mold that can grow on and under the caulking and fixtures around your bathroom. Now, the main reason a bathroom is home to these is that the bathroom rarely gets a chance to dry out completely. So depending on how much use the bathroom gets, and if your home is just a naturally humid environment, you can have a space that is perfect for mold and mildew to grow. The real trick is keeping mold and mildew out of your space, and that is going to be done through keeping it as dry as possible. But there are actually several ways this can be done, and you can attack it from different angles to ensure that the mold and mildew doesn't reappear in your house. So first things first, mold versus mildew. What is this, and how is it affecting our health? So mold and mildew often go hand in hand together. However, they are not necessarily the same thing. These are both kinds of organisms that can grow in your home, and both are in this fungus category. Mold and mildew alike thrive in damp and humid environments, such as the bathroom, but they're both very different in terms of potential risk to our health. And so it's important to understand these key differences. So one main difference is that mold tends to burrow as it grows, finding its way behind surfaces. Mildew, on the other hand, tends to stay on one surface and kind of spread out. Mold tends to look very different visually when compared to mildew. Mildew has more of a powdery appearance, where mold looks more fuzzy or slimy. And the biggest way that they're different is that mildew can just cause a mild allergic response, which can be irritating as a negative health impact. But mold can actually cause long-term health damage to our nervous system and our respiratory airways. It's also been linked to changes in mood, memory loss, and even depression as it impacts our mental health. So it's important to know how to assess your bathroom. Basically, the first thing you will do is a visual inspection. You can simply just look around in the spots that mold likes to form in bathrooms. And some good areas to peek at include under cabinets, behind toilets, caulking in showers and tubs, grout, dark places, closed in spaces, windowsills, and window tracks. Another way that you could determine if you have mold is by either an air test or a swab test of dust in the room. Now, an air test is usually performed by a professional. It really only takes a few minutes. From there, a lab will analyze the spores and determine if the count is high or low, depending on how many mold spores they find. Usually, they can also tell you what type of mold spores make up the mold count, and this can be very helpful in determining if you have a big problem on your hand. So, mildew is much easier to remove when we're comparing mildew and mold. Mold can take professional measures to get clean, but mildew is much milder in and of itself, and so it's much easier to clean. Mold and mildew that you find in your bathroom generally can be cleaned up with a 3% hydrogen peroxide. You can use this on bathroom tiles and tub grout to get rid of these issues. Another option is to use a mild dish detergent or a white vinegar solution with water. And then finally, you can actually use some essential oils such as tea tree or thyme oil to clean. This will actually prevent mold and mildew from coming back in the future. So if you're looking for a fix that will last and prevent you from having to deal with high levels of moisture day in and day out, you can consider one of these projects that we're going to talk about to help impact your space. So the first is installing a bath fan, or maybe improving the bath fan that you have. A bath fan is one of the best ways to combat moisture in a bathroom. Most bathrooms have one, but you may want to improve your space with a stronger fan to pull more moisture from the air, or perhaps a fan that runs more frequently. Make sure that your bath fan is properly connected to push air out of your home and out of your attic safely to the outside. So if you do have the vent going into an attic space, have that double checked either by yourself or someone else to make sure that we're not just adding moisture to your attic space. So demistable mirrors, this is another one that you could consider. A demister pad is added to the mirror to heat up the surface. So because often mirrors are much colder than the air coming from the shower, which creates condensation on the mirror, this raises the overall moisture in the bathroom. So a demistable mirror works because the surface of the mirror is heated to prevent any sort of condensation or buildup of steam. And then finally, a big project, but a great project, is in-floor heat. The issue with so many bathrooms is that the room is just much colder than the moisture droplets that are coming from a warm shower. And what this does is it creates moisture on everything, condensation. By installing floor heat, you can actually reduce the amount of condensation present and in turn reduce the humidity levels in the bathroom. Plus, who does not like a warm floor when they're stepping out of the shower? So those were the big projects that you can tackle, but there are always small changes that you can make to your day-to-day habits to help create a bathroom that has naturally lower levels of humidity. So the simplest way you can reduce moisture is to run your bath fan any time you use the shower or the bath. Run the bath fan when you're using the shower or the bath, and then for at least 20 minutes after you're done. This is going to help ensure that even the humid air that sticks around will be drawn out by the fan. Another thing you can do is keep your windows open. So if you live in a climate that's not overly humid and you can stand to have the window even just cracked during use, it is a great way to get fresh air in and let the humid air out of your bathroom. You just want to remember to close them after use to prevent too much energy loss. Another way you can help is to use a squeegee or a towel, anything. Wiping down your shower walls or surfaces can really help reduce humidity levels drastically. Often humidity sticks around in the bathroom because so much water ends up just evaporating directly into the space. However, if you remove the moisture, you will also be removing the source of that high humidity. And you also want to hang up your towels and even your rugs. So make sure that towels and rugs that get wet after your shower or your bath get properly hung to dry. So if you have the option to dry these things in a different room besides your bathroom that might have more ventilation, this is a bonus. A heated towel bar is actually another great way to make sure that towels get dried off quickly. Wet towels and rugs, again, just release this moisture into the air the longer they sit wet. So quick dry times actually reduce the moisture levels in the air. You can also check your vents. So if you have HVAC vents, you want to make sure that they are open. The reason so much condensation forms in the bathroom is because the cold air inside the space meets our warm shower air. So making sure that your vents are completely open is going to not only allow airflow around the room, which will just naturally dry things out, but it will also help you reduce the amount of condensation that forms on walls and on surfaces. And then finally, use plants wisely. So you want to know what types of plants to put in your bathroom. Some plants will help absorb moisture, yet other plants will actually make the room more humid and hold onto moisture and release it as needed. So plants that will help reduce moisture include peace lily, a Boston fern, palms, or Chinese evergreen. So no matter how you go about detecting mildew or mold, or cleaning it up or preventing it, there are always healthier habits that you can form. And these habits will help you create a space that will support your health and create a home that truly supports your wellness.
Thank you so much for being here. I hope that you can take at least one idea and implement it in your own bathroom at home to create a healthier climate. And I hope you will subscribe to my channel because I am here each and every week with a new healthy house idea that will help you create a space that truly supports your health and your wellness.